Y'all ever seen those horror stories of some guys losing their entire life savings trying to invest? Yeah, well, I've seen those exact same people, and I'm gonna tell you how to actually invest. Alright, so the baseline is that nobody really knows what a specific stock, index, or cryptocurrency will do unless you happen to be a political figure or president of the United States, allegedly. And in fact, most people, me included, have no idea what they're talking about. One of the only things that qualified financial investors have on you is that they bore themselves with the fundamentals, financial docs, P&E ratios, and all the other boring shit. And even then, all it is just speculative guessing. Probably. I don't know. Alright, so bang. Why do we invest? Because we want to gamble, obviously. No, but in all seriousness, this is the unfortunate truth to some people in the market. They want to satisfy their potential addiction to gambling while also being able to brag that they have experience and are an investor. Please try to understand that people will literally invest and or sell a stock after hearing from a friend of a friend of a friend that on TikTok, Ronaldo moved a bottle off a desk. Now, obviously not everyone has the same influence as him, but you know what I'm saying, you get the idea. This is an example of how hard it is to accurately predict specific moves in the market. If you telling me that you think you can guess these things happening in real time and you're willing to put real money on it, dab me up, twin. Okay, so we're here to make money, or at least put it somewhere that won't lose you money. Enough yapping. Where should you actually put your hard-earned doubloons? For most people, longing, which just means buying and holding an index, is probably the best. If you don't want to develop depression staring at financial statements and constantly checking Bloomberg for the latest financial news. Also for most people, the S&P, specifically the Vanguard S&P, ticker symbol VOO, or one of the 50 different S&P Vanguard variants, is probably your best bet, but you can also diversify among different indexes like the Nasdaq, Dow, and Russell. Now you might be asking, what's the difference between the normal and Vanguard S&P? And to that, I say, I don't even know, gang. To the people that didn't read that last slide, I too am not reading all that. So basically all you need to know is that the S&P 500 is the top 500 publicly traded companies in the US, which is constantly changing based on which companies are performing the best. And the Vanguard S&P just allows you to invest in an ETF that follows it, since you can't directly invest in it. The Dow is industrial, the Nasdaq is mainly tech and healthcare, and in short, the S&P is stable and reliable since it mostly encompasses the best performers of the US economy as a whole. And before I see some schizo in the comments talking about, you're just telling us to invest so your investment grows, shut the fuck up. This is not some crypto pump and dump. Your $500 investment doesn't even tickle the ball sack of the market. Alright, so money loses value every day. At the very least, might as well have your money keep up with the overall economy. 500 today is not the same as 500 next year. Technically, it could go up or down, but based on recent years, we might be absolutely cooked. Now you might be asking, what about specific stocks? So specific stocks can be good, and I'm definitely not saying don't invest them. But remember, we are here to make money. If not, then maybe you just want to help support your favorite company. I don't fucking know. Whiz! Not only are you expecting that stock to not lose money in the long term, you're also expecting that stock to outperform the overall market. And like I said before, the only way to give yourself an educated guess as to if a specific stock will do well or not, you'll have to look at financial docs, news, and politics surrounding the company. This is not to deter you from investing in individual stocks. They can be a great investment, but just know what you're getting into. Now that we got all that out the way, what app should you use to invest? Well, I personally use Weevil. Now at the time in early 2023, this was the best based on my own research. They had and still do have zero commissions, zero withdrawal fees, zero minimum deposit, and depending on if they had a promotion going on, you got free stocks when opening an account and depositing X amount. So even if I didn't end up liking the app, I could just wait the minimum account holding time to qualify for the rewards, and close my account and take my free money with me. There were and still are many different equities and commodities that you can choose from, including gold, silver, and crude oil in the form of an ETF, of course. I like the user interface. It's pretty beginner friendly as long as you're not a jeweler, and there was paper trading, which was huge for me at the time because I Holy because at the time I was learning how to day trade stocks. Or at least trying to, you feel me? Now it really sounds like I'm selling Weeble as a fantastic investing app, but I'm keeping it $4 with you. It's nothing special. Most other investing apps could probably do the same, even more so now. The main benefits that won me over compared to other investing apps at the time were free stocks, zero commissions, zero withdrawal fees for ACH transfer, and paper trading. And if I'm being honest, I forgot what the other runners up were other than Charles Schwab, Fidelity, and of course Robinhood. And I also forgot what these apps offer compared to Weeble, and if what they offer is different than it was back then. Alright, let's slow it down. Take a deep breath. Maybe take a hit of that Zao or eat a snack. Do not get Weeble as an investing app purely based on what I just told you. Especially now, there are so many different investing apps that have different pros and cons compared to Weeble that honestly I can't be fucked to list them all. Do your own research and pick the one that would benefit you the most. I can almost guarantee that there's a better investing app now. Also, I don't know if they have a sign-up bonus right now, so you might not get free stocks, and I've also heard of people not getting their stocks upon sign-up. But I personally did. But also, to be fair, I knew there's a promo going on and knew the directions to follow to get my free shares. As of right now, I'm not affiliated with Weeble. I'm keeping it a bean. I plan to in the future because I like money. But I also actually use their app and I think it's decent. That doesn't change nothing about what I just told you. I'm not going to start bouncing on their shit after affiliation. I'm going to try to say how it is because I feel like transparency is crucial and we need more of it in the world of finance. Again, do not get Weeble just because I use it. Be selfish. We are all here to make money or at least not fall victim completely to inflation. With all the economic chaos going on right now, Gen Z or just anyone living in this economy might be cooked, but maybe this video will help you be less cooked. If you watched up to this point, thank you for your support. Give me a kiss. If you enjoyed, a like would help boost my channel to the algorithm. If you didn't like it, I don't know, tell me what I could do better. Also, if you couldn't already tell, I am not qualified by any means to give financial advice, and don't blindly trust people on the internet to make financial decisions. I personally have a towering stock portfolio of 1.7 thousand, and my financial education came from the very competent and very smart people of Wall Street Bets and Togi. I'm kidding, kinda. I am not responsible for any financial investments you take big on this video. I am not qualified by any means, and do your own research. What the fuck? And that is part of the reason why I included sources, so you guys can educate yourselves while also realizing I'm not spewing complete bullshit. Fun fact, the Nasdaq outperformed the S&P by 11.5% in 2021. Now you probably believe what I just told you without a doubt. I lied. This is what I mean by don't blindly trust people on the internet to give financial advice. While most of what I say is in a joking manner, I think you can get something from this vid. Because I also think there are many people that could just benefit from knowing the basics of how the stock market works and knowing that investing doesn't have to be so scary.